going on, everybody? We got a little twist in the house with Lulu. Hello there, Samantha. Where you been? Hannah Slade, Amy WC, Roger Blair. Little Twisted. I love Little Twisted's name. I saw you last night. You didn't come in and say hello to me. And of course, we got Curtis coming up in the rear. So welcome, Curtis. And Jennifer, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, it's a Friday, right? So I lost track of time, like always. But so yeah, so round of applause, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so we do have a special guest that I adore, and I was looking out there on Facebook and all of her pictures that I've taken, and I kept seeing who's doing all these angry emotions or emojis, and I'm like, oh, it was her. Anyways, but we'll bring her on in a second. So tonight, we're going to talk about a case that was brought to you by our special guest that actually resonated with her. I think it's from her area, right? It's a disappearance of a 17-year-old, Tracy Kroh. Is that how you say her last name? Kroh?
I don't know Crow or Crawl.
So it's I actually looked at this case when I was on camp out in Salt Fork, and very interesting, very sad case. Yeah. Here is an older photograph, and the ones we're going to send to the psychics is a lot more not digitalized or pixelated. However, it is a case that goes back from some time. With that, all ado, let's go ahead and bring in our special guest, Gwen. Come on down. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. So tell everybody who you are and what you're getting ready to do this weekend.
I'm Gwen Purcell with Got Knockers, and I am camping at the 2024 Bigfoot Campout that Eric Holtman is putting on in southwestern PA.
Oh, interesting. Yes. So when we were at Salt Fork in
Bad Money, I'm everywhere.
Right. You brought this case to light and talked about this case. What is this case? Tell us about this case and what does it mean to you, and give us some background history on it.
I am a paramedic, and for 10 years I worked in Harrisburg City, which is the capital of Pennsylvania. And a lot of that time I spent in Upper Dauphin County, in Millersburg, where this young lady lived and went missing. And it always kind of like I'd heard the stories about her, and I've been in Millersburg and I've been in all the surrounding area on calls on the ambulance. And it just always bothered me that this poor girl is out there somewhere, and like it never got closure. Like they never did find out what happened to her. They never found her body. And that I think to me is sad. I mean, I have kids, and I would think if my daughter went missing that I'd want that closure, you know. It's just sad.
It is. So give us a little background, the case knowledge that you know about this case, please.
Tracy Kroh was 17 years old. I believe she was going into her senior year of high school. She had gone to a friend's house and didn't come home, and they found her car in the town around the town square in Millersburg. And then I don't recall after, but they found like her purse with her wallet and her like school ID was in a creek several miles away. And that's all they've ever found of her. They've never found anything else from this poor girl. Now, the gentleman that is thought to have murdered her is 90 plus years old right now, currently sitting in jail for an unrelated crime. It is believed that he killed Tracy. I believe Tracy's dad actually worked with the gentleman that's sitting in prison right now, which is how he knew who Tracy was. I have been to the garage where he worked. I've been to the houses demolished, and I was trying to find any clue at all of what might have happened to Tracy. And it's really sad. This gentleman is also thought to have killed his first wife, but it was never proven that he killed her.
What year did you say? And oh yes, thank you. Somebody just sent me a message like Grizzly. Yes, I got it. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, and action. This is for entertainment purposes only. All parties are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And if your name somehow is related to this case, it ain't my fault. But anyways, what year was his alleged wife probably murdered or disappeared?
Oh, I'd have to really look back in my notes. It has been quite some time.
80s,
Tracy
90s,
Kroh.
70s?
Well,
I believe it was probably. Go ahead, love.
Oh, I was gonna say Tracy disappeared in 89.
89.
Right.
Yeah, she disappeared in 89.
And the girl
I believe it was
disappeared in
late
87.
70s, early 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
Tracy disappeared in 1989.
Right.
Okay. And if you remember, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people back then did not have the DNA and the collection evidence and technology. And here's a video and action. Oh, and it buffers. What in the world? Oh, it's a commercial. All right, skip ad. Here we go.
If the DNA of John Bonet is viable, how long could it take to catch her killer?
It might only be a matter of hours before that DNA contributor is identified.
That DNA is saying she has access to cutting
Well,
edge
that's not the video. I want it. Jennifer, where's yours?
I have a video. Let's do it.
There, John Bonet. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Next case. I don't know.
Yeah, we know who did that one. All right, here we go.
Hang on. Me or you?
There we go.
Wait, I had it. Where'd it go?
There we go.
Hang on. I had it up and now I didn't. So let me try again.
Now we're having technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand by.
Could it? Okay.
All right, here we go. And here comes Gwen too. All right.
Cox Business download speeds are up to 20 times faster than T-Mobile and AT&T.
Here we go.
Well, today marks 30 years since Dauphin County teenager Tracy Kroh disappeared. Fox 43's Harry Lee takes a look at where the investigation into Kroh's disappearance stands now.
Exactly 31 years ago today, the last time Tracy Kroh was seen. The 17-year-old went missing from Millersburg in 1989. On the anniversary of her disappearance, law enforcement officials say they're still working to find her.
We want to bring answers to the family. Every homicide case brings great pain to a family, but when there isn't, answers because there's no body found, I think that magnifies the pain.
Parts of Kroh's wallet were found in Washington Township in 1993. Then in 2018, Holly Mallett came forward to police, telling them Matthew Webster of Dauphin County admitted he was involved in the rape and murder of Kroh. Court documents say he allegedly told the woman it was supposed to be just a rape and done, but then it turned out to be a lot more than that. Police then wiretapped a call between Webster and Mallett, where Webster told Mallett what to say to a grand jury. Both were charged with perjury for it. Webster was sentenced to 12-month probation last year, and Mallett is set to be sentenced in September. Authorities say the case is being treated as a homicide investigation. Last summer, police searched several Dauphin County properties, including one previously owned by Webster. But Kroh still hasn't been found.
It's not as easy as it is on television and movies. People can sometimes dispose of bodies in a way that it's very difficult to find them.
Though he can't give any details, Charter says the investigation continues.
The activity is steady and relentless. Some of it is in plain view and some of it's not.
Charto has been involved in the case for more than 2 decades. He says even after all that time, he's still dedicated to finding Kroh.
I have 2 cases where we have no body found, and those are the 2 cases that haunt me.
In Dauphin County, Harry Lee, Fox 43 News.
So that guy, if he is involved, he had to be real young.
Yeah. But that's not the one they have in custody.
No, it's not.
And so the one they have in custody, he is 90, but I think he's going under a competency hearing because he has.
They thought he died.
Well, if they think he has dementia.
Oh, how many cases, ladies and gentlemen, have we had where the dementia has set in and everybody walked away from it?
Yeah.
So, do we have that article or anything? I'm trying to look now on my.
We do. I've got it. It cuts off.
So yeah, and that's sad because anytime dementia and Alzheimer's are involved or even thought about, it's just like everybody just walks away. And I know prosecutors are going to get mad at me saying this, but if the alleged person is possibly involved with Tracy, is incarcerated and been incarcerated for some time, what does it matter?
Right.
It does matter, ladies and gentlemen, because this is where we talk about justice and closure for the family. That is what is important to understand, that families and friends of the family must have. And there's nothing wrong with having that. And I think it should be done. What are your all thoughts about that? Amy says it's so hard to say. Prisoners get involved in bragging about things they didn't do when life sentence. Yeah. So, and I know some law enforcement officers, and we'll use it as the movies way, right? Hey, Bob, don't worry about it. He's already in jail, so why even pursue it? He ain't going to get out. He's already a lifer. He's on death row.
Right.
But it does matter. It does matter for closure and justice for the family. So it's very important.
Well, and even closure for the one that had passed.
Yes. And Gwen, what are some of the key things that you know about the case since you've been involved with it? Is she still here? Oh, she went up. She went up. She's got a lot of notes on this case. So yeah, go ahead.
So the gentleman that they suspect, his name is Mark Warfel, surfaces as a prime subject of the vanishing of the 17-year-old. He's 90 and hasn't been
91 is what it says.
Yep. And he was in the prison nursing home. Yeah, the article there cuts off, and I don't have a subscription. But apparently the competency hearing ended before it really began because of the video from the nursing home. And Gwen might have the notes on why the video, like, was it because what happened in that competency hearing and what went on with that video?
Gwen, what is your take about what's going on, and can you reveal about some of the case notes that you know about?
I kind of lost you a little bit there. Last was the gentleman that's forward that was turned over. I don't believe that. I don't know. I live because I'm calling, but with other guy's story, it just doesn't sound very likely.
She is actually out in the woods, ladies and gentlemen, on a Bigfoot expedition. So we'll pull some other resources real quick. What was interesting is that this says on one newspaper article, it says, despite numerous leads and interviews over the past 30 years, no one has ever been arrested or charged with Tracy Kroh's disappearance. According to investigators, Tracy was trying to visit her sister and brother-in-law, bring Gwen back, brother-in-law, who lived at the park, but they were not home. So evidently they found out that Tracy dropped off her barbecue grill and some grocery store coupons on their front steps. But at this point, it takes a turn, says she never returned to her family's home in Millersburg and Dauphin County. Tracy was reported missing the next day, it says, because her parents assumed she spent the night at her sister's house, as she often did. They called police shortly after, found out Tracy wasn't there. There was a blue striped white 1971 Mercury Comet at the town square in Millersburg following evening on August 6, 1989. Her belongings, it says, were not inside, and there's no trace of the missing teenager. 4 years later, part of Tracy's wallet including her driver's license, was and National Honor Society car was found in December 1993. The wallet was discovered in an area along Wisconsin Creek off Rakers Mill Road in Washington Township, 9 miles from Millersburg. 30 years later, multiple leads have been followed, however, by the investigators, but no one has been arrested or charged with Tracy's disappearance. Many believe that she was a victim of foul play and was abducted and likely by someone she knew. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what usually happens, and it's proven by statistics that this is how it's happened. Tracy was born on April 6, 1972, and described as a shy, studious teen with no enemies. She was about to start her senior year at Halifax High School and was a member of the National Honor Society, and she only weighed 90 pounds.
Yeah.
90 pounds. So you think of a woman with small stature, and I'll show you the article I'm on. I think I'm on. And let me make sure, is that she's not a very big woman. 90 pounds, 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
Tracy left behind $300 in her bedroom and $400 in her bank. That was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone with information, please contact the Criminal Investigation Assessment Unit. That's Troop H at 717-671-7534. Once again, it's 717-671-7534 for all our audio listeners on iHeart, Spotify, Google, and everything else. Also, you can contact anonymously at the Pennsylvania Crime Stoppers toll free at 1-800-4PA-TIPS. That's 8477-4PA-8477. Gwen, is there anything else that we can add to this that you know about or share? Amy says, I think I weighed dead at birth.
Not. There's not much. There's nothing else known about this case more than what that is. I mean, I believe it was in 2019 or 20. They did get a tip, and they went to the house that was at the property where the garage was that I was at, and they scoured that house. And then after they were done, they tore it down. And they claim to have never found anything inside that house. Yeah, that house is gone. The only thing left on that property is the garage.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why, Gwen, usually people do that, right? Is destroy evidence or any circumstantial evidence that the suspect or killer may have left behind, whether it's by cleanup or whatnot. That is strange. And we have another video, new screen, and action, ladies and gentlemen.
Sweetie.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When Tracy Kroh's sister Kim visited Mark Warfel in his hospital room, Warfel didn't know the woman he called Weedy was recording the conversation. Warfel had been friends with Kroh's parents, Ivan and Ellen, for years. Almost immediately after Kim arrives, Warfel asks her for help getting a lawyer.
They put me in prison because I was connected with Tracy Kroh.
During the more than 2-hour conversation coordinated by state police and the Dauphin County District Attorney's Office, Warfel goes on to say he knows who killed the 17-year-old and claims he's actually the one who solved the case.
As far as I know, she was sitting up near the post office, near the studio.
He details what he believes happened in the Millersburg Square in August of 1989, blaming a man he refers to as Big Goofus.
Well, now let's put it this way. From what I figured it out, he talked her in to taking her for a little drive with her car.
Who was driving?
He was.
Oh, okay.
Because the way Ivan said when the seat was back against, about the big goofus she was with.
Oh, okay.
So I put these things together.
Kim presses him for more.
Well, how did he kill her?
Well, I would say he choked her because she was so little.
Warfel doesn't say how he knows the information, but offers details.
He very likely put her in one of them mine shafts.
What mine shaft?
Up around Loyalton.
He explains the person who killed Tracy kept some of her clothing as a souvenir. Warfel tells Kim He's the one who told investigators where to find it.
I told him exactly where the clothing was. And he said, "Where is it?" Well, I said, "It's on the second farm. You look to your left, and there's a long walkway into the house." And they dug it up, and that's exactly where the clothing were.
We checked with the Dauphin County District Attorney about Werfel's claims. He tells us investigators never searched that property and haven't found any of Tracy's clothing. But in an interview last month, the DA told us that some of Werfel's statements on the tape are, quote, very significant.
Werfel maintains his innocence.
So if there's anything you'd like me to remember, to try and remember.
He also offers to help Tracy's little sister find closure. And Shannon, on your side, WGAL News 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that sounds like a confession from the murderer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I found a video of an interview with him by a TV reporter.
Can you bring it?
Yeah, I got it.
Wow.
It's just a minute. So hang on.
So
let's give it the difference.
Remember a little twisted is that how I said when somebody's already incarcerated, why pursue things? I'm just saying that man, that girl. I wish I would. Oh my God. Because if his mind is so far gone now, anything he says is not admissible in a court of law.
Nope.
And it is dead in the waters. But when somebody gives you that much detail and descriptions and how and why and where and look, I'm telling you, yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
So, all right, in action.
Was born in this home on Mountain Road near Halifax. It's now abandoned, but still filled with memories.
It's one of my cars.
He operated an auto body shop in this garage on the property for about 40 years. He says Tracy Kroh and her dad were here a lot. The 17-year-old disappeared almost 30 years ago.
Tracy and her dad built this.
Wow.
So I could put cars in here. My shop wasn't big enough.
It's the same place where state police and other agencies acting on a tip used heavy equipment Tuesday to dig.
They were looking for Tracy's remains. That's what they told me. I said, hell, dig all you want.
Are her remains here?
Hell no, I have nothing to do with it. All they found under there was junk.
Werfel says these pieces of concrete were in that hole and that the crews that were here removed them and left this pile.
Why didn't they keep it alive?
The 87-year-old wants the case to be kept alive. He says her remains will probably be found, just not here. In Dauphin County, Susan Shapiro, WGAL News 8.
Not here. Well, where? You know what? If that girl had any interviewing skills when she recorded that conversation, he would have slipped.
Oh, yeah.
He would have slipped, ladies and gentlemen. Gwen, what's your take on that? Did you hear that? I don't want to say confession, but admission to some of the details. Bless her heart. Yeah, he did almost laugh. He's like, hell no, I ain't going to find anything here. And why would you fill in a hole with concrete underneath your house? So.
And you saw the condition of the house and the shop. So it does make a little bit more sense why, a little, I know it's a stretch, that it was demolished, but that was in 2019. So he had to have been arrested not long after that.
But what Gwen said, and we need to find this out too, some dates, is about his wife.
Yeah.
Also saw it or was alleged in a court of law or in law enforcement. He had something to do with the murder or disappearance of her. So, I mean, he admits of being around her. He admits that he knows the father. He admits that they helped build the garage.
Yep.
And usually, and ladies and gentlemen, strangers just don't go up to people and whack them like that or abduct them. I'm sorry. Does it happen? Yes. But statistically proven it's somebody that is known with the family or family friend.
Yeah.
If it's not a family member.
Right.
Gwen, anything you want to add? I'm going to get her an antenna. Love phones work. Mine never did work out there in Ohio most of the time.
That phone.
Right. But that's just weird because what's that guy's name? I'm going to see if I can pull up his wife.
Mark Warfel.
How do you spell the last name?
I believe it's Warfel. A-L? What did I Google?
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Let's see here. I just can't believe. Cold cases, it says 22 years ago, district attorney at Chattel's interest peaked by a cold case. So there's other people looking in here, but I want to get cases on his wife or ex-wife or however you call whoever that was. That ended up, I was hoping Gwen could answer if she was missing or she murdered. I think Gwen said she was murdered, right?
Yeah. He's also a suspect in the death of his wife, as well as several alleged sexual assaults. He's a
Oh, what? Wait, don't hold me and stop. I mean, what?
This is not a news report. This is a comment on a Facebook post. I don't know if you want me to say it.
Yeah, say it.
He is also the biological father of Tracy's sister. According to Tammy Imhoff.
I had read that some.
Oh, whoa, what? Whoa. Wait a minute. Can we validate this?
We're going to try, aren't we? We'll save that.
I had also read that.
I'm going to share.
What's your take on that, Gwen?
I had read that somewhere, but I wasn't able to verify anything. He does have a son that now has possession of there's 3 other properties involved here, and the son has possession of all of the properties, and he does not speak with his father because he believes his dad murdered his mom.
Wow.
Whether or not he is actually the biological father of Tracy's sister, I'm not able to verify that, so I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Well, that's fine. We already displayed our disclosure. Jennifer found the Facebook group, so let's go out to the Facebook group. It's called Upper Dauphin County Crime Alerts, and it says that these are people in society 2 years ago. Warfel is also a suspect in the death of his wife, as well as several alleged SA assaults. He's also the biological father of Tracy's. Jennifer, can you reach out to Tammy? And here, I'll do it right now. I'll do it live on the show. Hello there. I am Chris Schlager, working on this case live on our show. Would like to speak with you. You want to really rock the world? Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do it one step further. Stand by. Can you still see that screen?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. View channel. And I don't mind doing this live. I usually do it behind the scenes anyway. So let's do it while we're doing it. So let's see here. More. And let's see here. And we'll grab this link. Where are we at here? Click. Mute that and share. Copy. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pow. Can you put that link on that website too, or that Facebook group?
Where at? Oh, on here?
Anywhere. Just comment. Just tell them we're working on this case, and we'll love any and all people to come forward that we can speak with.
You mean in the comments on the show or where?
No, the comments on that Facebook group. Oh, I just clicked on it. There we go.
Yeah. Like what?
Let's see. Police chase. Where'd you find that article? Man, is this a big county, Gwen, or is this a small county?
It's a decent sized county, but it's also the county in which the capital of Pennsylvania sits. So it's fairly large, and they have a lot of riffraff.
Right. I understand that.
A lot of crime.
Very interesting. So yeah, if you can throw that link out there, that'd be great. Man, now, ladies and gentlemen, usually when we do this, I'll tell you, we get a lot of crack. Well, I can't say that, but a lot of wackos sending us dumb stuff. But every once in a while, you may get something that's useful or not. But I tell you what, we will do. We're going to follow up on some things that because I want to know about this sister. Because that would have been something kept secret back then. I wonder if she's alive today where we can talk to her. For love of humanity, find that art. Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, stuff like this happens, ladies and gentlemen, and it's very rare that you get it unfolded on a show or a cold case. But people in towns do know things, and they will come out later on in life. They have nothing to lose, especially if the guy's got dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever he's going through. Little Twist says they're all involved. I am getting some strange indications that you may not be far off the path, Little Twisted. But there's some other issues that are coming to me that I want to validate, because I don't want to crucify somebody without having facts, totality of the circumstances around her or the family. So all parties are innocent to prove guilty in court of law, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Welcome, Michelle. But we would like to pursue any and all questionable acts or questionable demeanors that may sway this case or other people that may be involved. So, and I got a feeling the son knows a lot. Why would the son know a lot? How old's the son? Do we have any dates on or ages on the kids?
We can get that. I was sorry. I was looking for his wife, Mark Doral Slent's married.
Yeah. So what we'll do is let us get with Gwen, because her reception is horrible. Because she's got a lot of notes on this, and she's been following this case for years, ladies and gentlemen. So we may push off bringing the people with abilities on next week. What do you think about talking with Gwen and doing a little research, all of us?
Yeah.
And see what else we can come up with. And I'll go ahead and submit the picture to the panel and tell them we're going to make a determination whether it's going to be this week or next week they come on, and see what they think about that. So, Gwen, I don't know if you can hear us or not.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do is we're going to probably put off the psychics next week.
Okay.
And we'll probably bring you back next week, and we're going to do some homework about the wife and the other SA assaults, and see if we can, and especially with your notes, because you're out in the woods, so it's kind of rough talking to you. And,
yeah, it is. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I didn't know, or I would have.
I haven't hooked up to the Wi-Fi.
But yeah, so let's do that. Enjoy yourself and take a lot of pictures.
Okay. Oh, I wish you were here, buddy, so I could take 9,000 photos of you scratching your chiggers.
She did not know, ladies and gentlemen, what chiggers were. She's like, I made up with something. And everyone's like, they're chiggers. She's like, what?
Yeah.
What's that? And when she looked at it on the phone, she about died. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Everybody's saying have fun out there. But that's what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen. Because I didn't know this case was going to unfold like that live on the show. So that's interesting. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of facets to this.
Yeah, we want to know, because I think that's going to help us understand. I think the guy in jail is too far gone. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Gwen, so do you still have any contact with anyone in that area in the police department, like cold case, that might want to come on and talk?
I sure do. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the perk of being an EMS when you're on the you're paramedic on the ambulance. You get to know these police officers and you form relationships. So yeah.
That would be
and I'm more than willing to go knock on doors at his son's house.
Okay.
So, you know what? For some reason, I am thinking, and I don't know if this is me thinking or I'm seeing this unfold. I think his son will probably talk a little bit, because I don't think he really cares too much for him, is what I'm gathering right now. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. From what I understand, he wants nothing to do with his dad. He thinks his dad killed his mom, and I think he would definitely talk.
Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got a plan. So enjoy yourself this weekend, and tell us how you do. And Jennifer, any last words? I'm still laughing about the chiggers.
Get the Avon bug spray. It's the best.
I know.
Hey, somebody drove 20 miles. Somebody drove 20 miles to get her clear fingernail polish and some other stuff. I was like, bless her.
Yeah, they did.
You know,
I was doing everything.
Yes.
Every time I turned around, he was pointing a camera at me.
And sometimes I wasn't even taking photographs, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, don't forget that the show tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time is we're doing the show on Bermuda Triangle. So that's going to be interesting. So from coast to coast around the world, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you on the next show. Bye-bye.
YouTube channel near you.